Now, an Adelaide primary school made headlines when the principal placed an official ban on students hugging it up.
Now, the issue sparked great debate and it got us thinking about public displays of affection between adults. Relationships expert John Aiken joins us now. Good morning to you.
Good morning, guys.
Before we get to adults, what do you think about hugs being banned in the latter years of primary school?
It sounds pretty extreme to me, I have to say. Yeah, I mean, look, you know, when you meet a friend and often you'll end up hugging, you know, just to say hello or even goodbye. And these sorts of things, you know, it's a way of bonding and connecting. So it does sound a little extreme, and I don't know how they're going to monitor it either.
By watching, I'd imagine, like a hawk.
Yeah.
But it's a very good point in terms of adults and the limits that that we become accustomed to and the things that really turn us off in public. Are there any triggers?
Well, I think, you know, when things start to get a little bit extreme and when people are starting to be lusting of their partner in front of you,
yes,
and it becomes particularly intimate, that's when we start to cringe and take a step back and sort of say, well, that's, you know, what about a hotel room, you guys?
Yeah. We've got a good example here, a scene from Jerry Maguire. Let's take a look.
I hate you going to movies alone without me.
Oh, baby.
I'm Pisces Queen.
I hate seeing movies without you. No, don't anymore.
A lot of people would find that just a bit too much.
Absolutely, because it's not just the appreciative little kiss on the cheek, it's a deep pash, you know, and it does make you think, you know, that's a little bit too intimate for the public surroundings of the restaurant there.
It's all horses for courses, isn't it? Because I'm sure you remember the blue light discos and the school dances as I do fondly every now and then. And
do you want to take a moment?
Well, there you go.
Nice moment.
And it's kind of, you know, everyone's dancing around, having a good time, and you're surrounded by your own age group, and it's entirely appropriate that say, for example, you kiss passionately.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I think you do need to be aware of things like your surroundings and who's watching and whether it's embarrassing anyone around you. You want to be aware of that. But at the same time, those are sort of situations there where often, you know, you're just getting used to the idea of dancing with someone from the opposite sex and even perhaps, you know, having your first kiss.
You like to think that, you know, when moments are really intimate, nobody else needs to be involved by watching. But isn't a lot of this driven by what you saw your parents doing in front of you and just how affectionate they were with each other? Yeah,
that's right. I mean, one of our key models when we're growing up are our parents, and so that's why it's a good thing as a parent to be affectionate, you know, whether it be hand-holding or walking arm in arm or hugging, but just be aware that you don't want to be embarrassing the people around you.
So gross. I remember seeing Mum and Dad pash once. It was horrible.
Yeah.
I was like, what was that about?
And that's had a big effect too, hasn't it?
Honestly.
Okay. Well, let's have a look at what is appropriate.
Yeah, sure.
Holding hands is okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Arm in arm, yeah. A little kiss on the cheek is fine. I'm always worried, you know, people either kiss on two cheeks or one cheek and sometimes three cheeks.
Ah, you have to see if they're going to go for the second.
And also hugging and pet names are okay.
Yeah, and the thing about all of those is that they're acts of endearment.
Yes.
That's the thing to remember. Yeah. Appropriate is endearing, whereas inappropriate, we're talking lustful acts.
Yes.
You know, the groping,
well said.
The French kissing, the deep hash.
Yes.
You know, taking off the clothes.
Oh, Carl doesn't have a problem with that one. Embracing in certain places.
That's only on tour.
That's true, sorry.
You're not supposed to tell
tour.
Those things should stay on tour.
When you say embracing in certain places, are you talking geographically or are you talking on the body?
Well, I guess you could say both, actually.
Okay, all of the above.
But do be aware that there are certain places where it's just simply not appropriate.
Yes.
You know, for instance, church or in, you know, a classroom, for instance.
Yeah. Okay, Schnookums.
You do give them the peace be with you at church, though, and sometimes that can come with a kiss.
Very appropriate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, it's been good to talk to you. I think you cleared a lot of things up.
Thank you, John.
Thanks, John.
Always a pleasure.